Everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cubica AMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. I'm your host, Orly, and as always, I have a great guest and a returning guest, David J. David J., welcome to the show.
Good morning, Orly. Thank you.
And, David, today, what I kind of just want to talk about here is, there's a bunch of different reports that people can pull in their system. And, some people might be pulling these, some people maybe aren't pulling these. So today I kind of wanted to, and I know every probably center and every trainer probably has their favorite reports. So today I kind of wanted to see if you could maybe share your top, two favorite reports and kind of let people know where they can go to pull these reports and how these reports can help them out.
Absolutely. And like you said, every center is a little bit different and uses reporting a little different in different ways. Two of my favorite are in the statistical reports. So if you were in Concur and you went from your home screen, went to back office and reporting, and then into the statistical reports module, you would see a list of our available reports. And the couple that I want to talk about today are two of our newer ones, and that is the What's Hot, What's Not report and the department hourly sales. And I'll start with What's Hot, What's Not. It really is exactly what it sounds like. This is where you can pull a report and it will tell you what price keys, what items you are selling the most of, and what items are not being sold. You can filter that report in several ways. You can do it by a single day. You could do it weekly, a monthly report, even a year, or just a specific date range. I used these a couple different ways. One of them was to track new items that I see in the cafe or the restaurant or even the bar, maybe a seasonal beer, just to be able to track and see how popular they are. And so for this type of report, we would just select the period that you wanted. In this case, if you just wanted to choose a month, we could select a month, and then you've got a filter choice. And that filter choice, you can either sort by number sold or dollar amount, value, total value of your sales. And then you can also select specific departments or subdepartments based on your department structure of your price keys, what department specifically you wanted to filter by. So in this case, if we had a seasonal beer and we wanted to see exactly how popular it had been over the last couple of weeks in relation to all of our other product, we could sort that by count because I just want to know how many actual pieces that we sold. And then in the department, we would choose in this case, I have a beer department. So I would choose my beer department so I could see all of the products that were kind of competing with that seasonal beer. And then I could preview that report and it would list in order from most to least all of the price keys, all the items that would have fallen in that department. And then you can just scroll through it and you can see it'll give you the total number sold. It'll also give you the total value of that number sold and that specific percentage of your total sales for each of the items. Well, that was one way I would use it. Another way would be to look over a period of time and look for items that weren't moving. If you looked through maybe your food items and, well, what do I have that is not selling? I have something new that I want to bring in, but maybe I don't have a lot of freezer space or storage space for a new item. So if I bring one in, I got to let one go. Well, which one is that going to be? So you can run a report that would tell me what's not selling. So those are a couple of ways that I used it. Third way,
I will say too, I used it for that reason before. I was able to use that report before, and it was great for the kitchen because, sometimes you think something might be selling well, but then when you pull that report, you're like, oh, wow, we only sold, 5 of those all week. And you're kind of surprised, and like you said, if for some reason that item is something you're ordering extra, like it's, some people try to use multiple items to make something in their kitchen, excuse me. But if it is something you are going out of your way to kind of order that's not selling, that's a great way to be like, hey, we might, let's try something else here. And another great, I'll let you get back here, but another great one was just giving that to the kitchen staff themselves. Whether the person, they could see, oh wow, it looks like wings really shoot up on the weekends. I should prep more if that's how much we're going through at night, or maybe when they're not there, they're seeing the total sales. So it definitely is a great tool for the kitchen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are great additions there. And the last one is something that I used because I only did in my case, I only did a full inventory count once a month, but I needed to know for my beer sales, I wanted to know weekly what I needed to order. So I was able to pull this report, and it would tell me when I looked at the report, this is how many of each can beer, or how many shots of each alcohol I had sold for the week. And then I could compare that, kind of just a thumbnail, without going to the extreme of doing an actual inventory count. I could use that as a thumbnail for the week to say, okay, this is how many cases of this beer I sold, so that's what I need to purchase. So that was without having a specific inventory, I was able to use it in that way also. So that's those are some quick, easy, and very effective uses of the what's hot, what's not report. And then my next favorite would have been is department hourly sales. And when we start looking at department hourly sales, the filters are exactly the same as with what's hot, what's not. You can do it daily, by the day, the week, the month, the year, or a specific date range. Here, all we're doing is selecting departments that we want to look at sales by each hour of the day. So what items from that specific department are sold and during what time of the day they were sold. So when you run that maybe you wanted to look at what we sold in the cafe and at what times we sold it. This is a great way to look at staffing and how busy you actually are. And I use this example. I opened my cafe at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't have a second cafe person coming in until maybe 11 o'clock and work a swing shift when we started to get busy. And there would be times that my cafe manager would say, well, we've got a lot of things going on Saturdays now, so can we get a person to come in a little bit earlier? And I would just run a department hourly sales report for 2 or 3 Saturdays in a row and see what we actually sold from between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And if we were actually selling a great deal of food items during that time, then that extra staff member would have been warranted. If not, then I could say, we really have no need for that second person. 11 o'clock is fine to do our prep for the lunch rush. So that's a great way to look at department hourly sales.
Great. And if someone's new to the system, what's the easiest way for them to get to these reports?
Easiest way is from your home screen. Choose the back office, and then right below back office would be the reporting tab. And once you're in reporting, go into statistical reports. And they are the bottom 2 reports in the list of available statistical reports.
Perfect. Well, David, I appreciate you coming on today to talk about that. I know I've mentioned this in the past, but a lot of people, they don't quite know everything what they have yet, or, they may be trained on this, but they forget once they start get everything going. So this is a great way to refresh them on it, and I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people. So I do appreciate you coming on today.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
And as always, everyone, if you haven't heard any or haven't listened to some past episodes, make sure to go back and listen to these episodes. There's so much information. Share with your friends, your staff, your management, and anyone else that you think this might be able to help. And until next time, we'll talk to everyone soon. Thank you.